What it is, guys? It's your boy Simone Fan 101, and I am back. That's right, I am back. You're probably wondering, where the hell have you been? Well, two things happened. One, as some of you other wrestling YouTubers may know, one of our wrestling reviewers, Lundrick, had canceled his Ask.fm page, and let's just say that it was a void for all of us. And for a little while there, I was like, I'm just not into reviewing. I mean, part of why I liked reviewing is I could talk to the guys about my reviews, and Lundrick was one of them, and he was like the main center. He's like the John Cena. Actually, I shouldn't say that. He's like the Hulk Hogan of Ask.fm. If Hogan were to go away, there'd be a large void. We'll manage, but there would be a void. Now the second thing, and that's just a really minor reason. I could have easily done a review without him really being around that much. But the main reason I stopped reviewing is because of this piece of shit show called Battleground. You know what show I'm talking about. This show, so far, worst WWE show of the year, bar none. Now, there are some people who would argue Fastlane was worse. I can in good conscience say that. That had Jack Gallagher and Neville, which was the best match all night. It had Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. It had that women's match between Bayley and Charlotte. And whether you liked it or not, it had an eventful event with Goldberg and Kevin Owens. Now, with this show, had two good. I mean, not that all the matches were bad. This is not WCW 2000, but this show was shit. I'll get into that right now. Pre-show, the kickoff show. I'm gonna call it pre-show no matter what. It started off with Ty Dillinger and Aiden English. It was actually not a bad match. I mean, it wasn't the best match of the night. No, not even. It doesn't even compare to the actual opener. But this show, one thing I will say is that I'm glad both Aiden English and Ty Dillinger are getting more screen time on actual TV and not being barred to the pre-show. And man, at this time, they weren't booking Ty Dillinger right. As of recording this, I'm recording this in September, several months later. This show took place in July, I think. And I'm just glad that Ty Dillinger got out of that void and is actually on TV in a storyline. That's actually worth a damn. But no, it was actually a good match, and it was a decent match. It was a decent enough match. I probably would have taken that as the main event rather than what we actually got. I'll explain. The actual show, the actual pay-per-view opened up with the Usos versus the New Day. By far, best match tonight. This match kicked ass. And this was the first of several series of matches that will culminate at Hell in a Cell. Which is, I think, this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. As of recording this. It's the first Sunday of October. We're still in September 28th, as of recording this. And, yeah, but I think that's when this feud is going to culminate. It's going to culminate inside Hell in a Cell. Can't wait for it. Anyway, this match here was still pretty kick-ass. They had Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods defending the titles against Jimmy. No, they were defending the titles. They were going for the titles. Jimmy and Jay were the champions here. Big E was outside. And what else can I really say? This match was awesome. If you want me to nitpick, there's one thing. I'm glad Kofi stopped doing this. It's a dive that he was doing for a little while called the trust fall. That's basically where you fall backwards and you expect your partner to catch you. Now, when you do a dive in WWE, keep it with me here. When you do a dive in WWE, what is the main reason you dive? To knock your opponent down, right? To do damage. Kofi Kingston does, now granted it's from the top turnbuckle, and not just in the middle of the ring, but he does a trust dive, where the whole point of a trust dive is so that way the people below or behind you can catch you. I'm sorry, that made Kobe look like an idiot, and I'm glad he stopped doing it after a while. If you noticed, he hasn't been doing it lately, because I guess he realized that it was really stupid, and it made him look dumb. So, yeah, there's that. And by the way, before I continue, if it looks like my head, or if it looks like I'm a little bit lower than, like, you know, eye level of the camera, I don't think I am, but if it looks like that, it's because, well, this computer is tall, and I'm kind of recording from a very close proximity, so it might look that way. Anyway, the match was great. I do have to talk about this one spot, though. This one spot is my favorite spot of the match. So, Xavier Woods, hang on. Sorry, my throat's bugging me. Xavier Woods is on the top rope. He's gonna do it's kind of like Shane McMahon's Coast to Coast, but or RVD's Van Terminator, or whatever you want to call it. But instead of doing a drop kick to the corner, he does an elbow. So like he does like top rope elbow from one side of the ring all the way to the other, to one of the Usos. So he goes for this elbow drop, and the Usos on the ground. Now they're really interchangeable. They get out of the way, and the other Uso comes in, and the camera work was perfect in this spot too, because what happened was we see the Uso on the ground move out of the ring. So we're on the one side of the ring, right? We see him move out of the ring. Xavier Woods is still in the middle of his elbow drop, and then, like a bat out of hell, freaking the other Uso comes right into the camera. We didn't even notice him. At least the people watching at home. He comes right into the camera and kicks Xavier Woods right in his freaking head. And a lot of people, including myself, said, "That's it. That's the end of the match." It would end right there. It didn't, and we're actually kind of happy for it. The match went on for a few minutes. There's one thing. Oh wait, I almost forgot. The Usos went for his little God, I forget the name of their finish. It's the one where Xavier Woods has does like a backbreaker on the knee, and then Kofi Kingston does that drop kick, kind of like the Tree of Woe drop kick. He does double foot stomp, not a drop kick. What am I talking about? He does the double foot stomp from the top rope. You know, Usos kicked out of that. I think they did the top rope splash on Kofi, I believe. Maybe it was Xavier, but I thought it was Kofi. They're all black. I'm sorry. Shit. We're gonna edit that out. Probably not, because I don't know how to edit shit. Anyway, so we do that, and yeah. What the fuck am I talking about? Back to the review before I lose my shit. Anyway, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, whoever the hell it was, kicked out, and you know, they went on for I think another minute or two. They went for another splash. They missed. Usos did, and then Kofi Kingston, I believe, got one of the Usos with Trouble in Paradise, and then Xavier Woods hit his elbow from one side of the ring to the other, and 1, 2, 3, the New Day are your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I will say this. The one thing that really struck me about this match, more than any other, I'm not saying we never saw it before in WWE, but more than any other match on the main roster, this is the first time we really got to see what Xavier Woods could do. Not that we didn't see it before, but Because if you're like me, if you're a hardcore fan like me, and you've been following this for years, and not just WWE, but outside of WWE, you know who Xavier Woods is. He was Consequences Creed in TNA. He was tag teaming as Lethal Consequences with Jay Lethal. He was in the X division. He actually made his first match teaming with R-Truth, or back then Ron Killings, in a tag team match at Bound for Glory in 2007, and he really impressed. It's how he got the job. He came in, fun fact, he came in as a quick replacement because Pac-Man Jones, yes, celebrity, Adam Pac-Man Jones, was supposed to wrestle with Ron Killings. Let's just say it didn't work out. But, yeah, stupid as that was, at least it gave us Consequences Creed later on in Xavier Woods. Now, this is the first match I think we really got to see exactly what Woods can do. What made him great enough or good enough to be hired by WWE in the first place. We really got to see that here. Again, not that we never saw it before, but, you know, back when the New Day was in their heyday defending the titles, Xavier Woods wasn't in a lot of those matches. It was mainly Big E and Kofi because they developed the chemistry. And I think it was I'm glad that Xavier got a lot. Xavier was like the star of this match. But yeah, this was the best match in the show. If the show ended right here, I would have been happy. Sadly, it did not. The next match was Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this is their only one-on-one pay-per-view match, and I'm actually happy for it. Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match, it wasn't a bad match. It was just okay. The match was just okay. You know, again, it wasn't anything horrible, and I know there's a lot of Baron Corbin haters, like people hate him. Even Brian Alvarez doesn't like him. And all due respect to Brian Alvarez, but I don't really see hate for Baron Corbin. I mean, he has his bad matches, sure, and he was called up way too soon, or way too early. Yeah, too soon. Just trying to get my grammar right there. But I don't think he's been horrible in the main roster. He had a couple of good matches with Dolph Ziggler, even with Kalisto in that chairs match. So to say the Baron Corbin is bad and complete, and all of his matches suck, it's a lie. It's just a lie. And I'm of the opinion that Baron Corbin's not bad. He just was called up too soon, like Nia Jax was. Now, granted, he was more ready than Nia Jax was, but you know, to each their own. But this match, it wasn't bad. It was just okay. I don't think they got... How much time did they get? Because I got the paper right here, just to get the time. Wow. Probably too long of it. And it gave us a shitty finish. I almost forgot about that. It gave us a shitty finish. They got like 12.5 minutes to work, which you'd think, okay, it's enough time for Shinsuke Nakamura to work with Baron Corbin and get a good match out of him. Well, didn't exactly work here. Because, let's just say that, ever since Nakamura's gone onto the main roster, and I still have this complaint now, ever since Nakamura's been to the main roster, it almost looks like he's been holding back. Like, they've been telling him in the back, you know, work a certain way, and yeah, this is how you will work now. And how many actually great matches has Nakamura had on the main roster? None. I mean, he's had good matches with Dolph Ziggler, with John Cena recently, with Randy Orton, even more recently. And he was part of that great Money in the Bank match at, well, Money in the Bank. But this really, you know, goes to show that they really, like, Nakamura really, like, almost, like, downtoned it. I don't know why. Why are they telling him to work? It can't be Nakamura's fault. He was great in NXT. He was great in Japan. Why can't he be great here? Why is... I don't know. Oh, I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that at most they're always giving him like 10, 12-minute matches instead of the normal 20 minutes. And he only ever got a 20-minute match with someone like John Cena or Randy Orton. You know, some people that actually are worth, people that the company I guess figures are worth getting 20 minutes. I'm done with this rant. I'm sorry. I gotta move on. This match is okay. I will say this, though. Nakamura knows how to sell Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin does a clothesline on Nakamura, sells it like death. I'm like, every time I see a clothesline, it always makes me a little bit happy. I'm like, damn, looks like he killed the guy. Thankfully, Nakamura's not dead. He is okay. That said, the finish sucked. Basically, Nakamura was going for the Explorer suplex. Baron Corbin basically low-blowed him with his leg. Referee saw it. Called for the not the Kinshasa. Called for the bell. Baron Corbin went to walk away with the Bank briefcase. And then after the match ended, he came back in the ring. He attacked him with the briefcase and then got him at the end of the day, and that was that. And guess what? A month later, Baron Corbin was a goober on SummerSlam, and Shinsuke Nakamura would be losing to Jinder Mahal in the WWE Championship. More on that in my SummerSlam review. I got a lot to say about that show too. That review is going to be longer than this one. It's probably going to be as long as my Wrestle Kingdom, my Slammiversary review. So stay tuned for that one. Anyway, next match was a fatal 5-way elimination. By the way, before I continue, am I the only one that thinks the fatal 5-way name is stupid? We have, okay, there's 1-on-1. We have triple threat, which makes sense. We have fatal 4-way, which I could go. Fatal 5-way? Really? You can't just call it a 5-way or a 5-pack challenge or 6-pack challenge. I mean, they call 6-pack challenges, well, 6-pack challenge. They can't just call a 5-way match. They started this fatal 5-way thing early last year. I remember the first time they did it was when Stephanie announced it on Raw in 2016. It was to determine the new Intercontinental Champion. It was Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, and Stardust. And, of course, Tyler Breeze was in there to get the pin. But remember, back then he was on the shit list. And speaking of shit list, I got something to say about Mike Kanellis later. So, Natalya, Lana, Tamina, the heels, Charlotte and Becky, the faces, 5-way to determine the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. For a while, it was just a regular 5-way match. Then, it wasn't. And then, Tamina got, she submitted to the Disarmer. Lana submitted to the Disarmer. And then Becky Lynch got pinned with a roll-up by Natalya. All in the span time of, hang on, 32 seconds. Yep, it's one of those matches. And I've noticed TNA/GFW/Impact Wrestling does this. WWE's done it. I fucking hate the quick eliminations in an elimination match. It's just like, what the fuck is the point of an elimination match? If they're all going to be out there for a good amount of time, only to get quick eliminated and for the match to end maybe a couple minutes later, just have a regular 5-way match if you're going to do that. I would have been fine if it was just Tamina and Lana, because compared to the rest of the women in that match, those two are not good. And it would have been, if it was like Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Natalya for the next few minutes, then I would have been happy. That would have made me a little bit happier. Like, okay, get the weed out the crap, deal with them for a few minutes, get them out of the match, and then freaking just go with the 3 better women. And again, I know I don't do weekly wrestling reviews anymore. I've been trying to get my Gates of Pro Wrestling show up, but a lot of shit's been going on, and I have to catch up on all my pay-per-view reviews. I am getting to that. I will do that. I think not if Underground is ending in the next few weeks. permanently, or if it's going on break, that'll definitely give me a little bit more time to watch some of those shows, so don't worry about that. We have Tamina here. I gotta say this. Both Tamina and Lana. First of all, quickly with Lana. So, Lana stopped being with Rusev. They took apart Lana and Rusev. So that way Lana could be a singles wrestler on SmackDown. Okay. Fine. I'm like, stupid? Yes. But you could do that. I guess. Now, Lana, most recently, is back to being pretty much, she'll wrestle every once in a while, but she's pretty much back to being a manager, this time for Tamina. My question is, why the fuck did you just put him back with Rusev? And I'm like, don't tell me WWE still has a fucking, grudge for Lana and Rusev posting their like wedding ring and their and then their engagement on Instagram during the midst of the Lana, Summer Rae, Dolph Ziggler, Rusev story. Don't tell me they're still grudging about that. But then again, fucking Kevin Dunn and other people who are so sensitive to certain shit are working in this company. So I gotta remember that. It still pisses me off though. And then you have Tamina. I happened to look up Tamina's age a few weeks back during an episode of SmackDown. And I'm like, this woman, has she ever been good? Like, how old is she? And I looked up her age. She's like 39 years old. She's going to be 40. And I'm like, wow. So this woman's been around for the better part of 7 to 8 years. And she's still bad. She's still this horrible. It goes to show you that she's a shitty wrestler. She's just bad. Why do they have her around? Because she's Samoan? Because she's friends with The Rock? Because she's the daughter of Jimmy Snuka? Who wasn't exactly a favorable person over the years, especially with the whole Nancy Argentino thing? God damn it. See, I'm already pissed off. And yet, I haven't even gotten to the part that I'm actually pissed off about. Okay. So, the match went on, a few more minutes went by, Charlotte and Natalya went on for a few minutes, and then, what happened was, Charlotte missed a move, and Natalya rolled Charlotte up. How? By ramming her the back of her head to a turnbuckle, and then rolling her up for the pin. Not a bad fit. It's not that it's a horrible finish. If that was done to Becky Lynch, it would have made sense, and have Charlotte lose some other way, like, I don't know, tapping out to a sharpshooter. That would have made sense. It just didn't work well as a finish, and it came off very anticlimactically. The match itself was actually okay. It wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't good. Naomi, who came out before the match started to be on commentary to watch the match, went in the ring to shake her hand with Natalya. Natalya, as a good heel should, simply walked away. I'm glad she didn't attack Naomi. She just said, no, I'm just going to walk away. Next up was AJ Styles defending the United States Championship against Kevin Owens, what I would have thought would be the best match of the night. I was wrong. This was a good match. It was definitely the second best match of the night, but the quality between this match and the new... You'd think the quality would at least be very close, right? Wrong. New Day and Usos, I got 4 stars. Styles and Owens, 3 stars. Yep. Yeah, that sums it up. Damn it. I don't know why. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, not that they never had bad matches on the indies. I've seen some of their matches on the indies, but whenever they wrestled in the Indies, I always got the feeling they were working different kind of matches there than, what Kevin Owens and AJ Styles really works with anybody else. Not that they don't have bad chemistry. If you remember, their Backlash match was fucking awesome. But the Battleground match here was completely disappointing. It went on 18 minutes. It was just slow. I think if there was anything to describe it, it was slow and methodical, which is part of the formula for Kevin Owens' match. And I think that's what it is. The fact that Kevin Owens, the way he plays his character now, at least then, when he was shooting with Styles, is slow and methodical, where AJ he can work slow and methodical, but he also works an all-around, fast-paced style. He works an all-around style. He can work almost any style. But Kevin Owens can be so slow and methodical, it makes the matches boring. I get it, he's a heel. I mean, it's fine to do that on TV, but when you do that on pay-per-view, it just doesn't work. I'm not saying this match was really bad. This match wasn't bad. Disappointing? Yes. Bad? No. Kevin Owens won the title after, so what happened was, Kevin Owens before I go to the finish, I will say, there was this one nice little spot where AJ Styles was going to go for a sunset flip powerbomb from the turnbuckle. Owens stopped the actual powerbomb from happening, but instead, Styles transitioned into that rack attack finish into the swinging bomb move that he has. I thought that was pretty good. That was a little bit creative to me. Maybe he's done it before, I just haven't seen it yet. Anyways, with the finish, this is what happened. Kevin Owens, I think to get Styles off him, he threw him accidentally into the referee. He went for the pop-up powerbomb. Styles went for the calf crusher. And they kind of traded submission holds. This is where the finish happened, because the referee was kind of knocked down, but he wasn't out. He was watching them go, but he was kind of knocked loopy a little bit. Styles had a crossface on Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens kind of used his body weight to his advantage, kind of backed Kevin Owens, AJ Styles onto his shoulders. And the referee saw from his vantage point, he had a obscured vantage point, that he thought he saw Styles. He only had one shoulder off the ground when he thought both shoulders were on the mat. He thought only when really one shoulder was on the mat. So he counted out. He counted the pin. Kevin Owens won the United States Championship, and AJ Styles is your at that point in time former United States champion. Which of course led to the rematch where Styles retained the title, got the title back, and I think that was the match where Chris Jericho had the triple threat. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Anyway, it was a good match, but it was a nice, solid match, but it's just disappointing. They definitely had much better showings at SummerSlam, and definitely a much better showing at Backlash. That was their best match. They peaked the first match. Now, up until this point, the pay-per-view wasn't amazing, but it was not bad. It's something you would call a decent pay-per-view, or maybe even a good pay-per-view with the opener. Well, this pay-per-view went from good to shit in the next 3 matches. Next match, John Cena and Rusev. You know where I'm going with this. This was their flag match. Now, they changed up the rules of a flag match, which at least they're trying something different, and you could say it actually made it worse. The flag match, usually the rules of a flag match are you go up to your pole. It's basically a flag on a pole match, and you have to take the flag off. When you take that flag off, you win the match. They didn't do that here. They wanted a little bit more, which I guess, they didn't want to end it anticlimactically. So what they did, they put 2 set of ring steps on the stage. One with the United States banner on the side, one with the Bulgarian banner. So what happened was, and what the rules were, you get your flag from the pole, and there's like a flag stand-in on the stage, on the steps. The goal is to grab the flag from the pole, walk up to the steps on the stage, and put the flag in, and that means you won the match. Maybe I'm the only one that remembered this, but you know what this match reminded me of? The way it worked. It reminded me of the Dixieland match between Jeff Hardy and Magnus, when Magnus first won the TNA World Championship in late 2013. If you don't remember, I don't blame you. It was actually a pretty good match, though, all things considered. Okay, so the rules of that match, basically, there was a steel cage. Magnus and or Jeff were supposed to get out of the steel cage. It would start off like a regular steel cage match. You get out of the steel cage, you go onto the stage, where there's a ladder basically waiting for you, and you're supposed to climb the ladder to where the TNA title is. And basically, the ladder match, it's like a steel cage transition to a ladder match on the stage. This was very much the same kind of formula. Take a flag match, and in that case, they took a ladder match and a cage match and combined the two. In this case, they took the steel cage, not steel cage, and they took the flag match and made it even dumber. Hang on. I need water. This match fucking sucked. Saying it right now, this match sucked. I need that water so that way I don't lose my voice by ranting about this show. This match sucked. And I can't even blame either Cena or Rusev. It's just a shitty stipulation. Although they do have much blame in it. The match, which only should have been maybe a 10 to 12, 15 maybe at most match, went a little bit over 20 minutes. And this match was not good. Not that there was anything horrible about it. Well, actually, no, there was a lot horrible. What the hell am I saying? But it's like, John Cena and Rusev tried, but it was the same problem that would be in the Punjabi prison match later in the night, and that match was much worse. The problem with this match, it was too slow and methodical. It was boring at times. It sucked because it was boring. You know, John Cena did go for like a bulldog from the middle rope, or top rope. That was kind of cool. I'm glad, they grabbed the flags. They grabbed their, flags at one point. They walked up the ramp. Well, not even the ramp. It's not even that much of a ramp anymore, sadly. And they got up to the stage. They, batted around. They set up a couple tables next to, I believe it was the U.S. Flag stand-in, and which would set up pretty much the finish. Cena, I'm just getting through this one at a time because the match was so slow and boring, I hardly even remember it. Cena got Rusev up for an AA. I don't know if Rusev at one point went for the accolade. He probably did in the ring. I don't see why he could put the accolade on the stage. If he did put it on the stage, then okay, there's that. I'm sorry. That's how boring this match was. I almost want to delete it from my head, but I can't because it's bad. But Cena got Rusev up for the AA for one of the only good spots of the night, which is the one reason why I don't give this match a dud, which is he put an AA from the steel cage, the steel steps of the US thing, and put Rusev 2 tables on the stage. Cena put the flag in the stand-in, and this match was thankfully over. This match was bad. And part of the reason why it was bad is because we knew what the finish was. We knew Rusev was not beating John Cena in his first match back from several months off. Now, you're probably thinking, well, come on. Predictable does not always mean bad. There. Predictable does not always mean bad, which I'll agree with you. Predictable doesn't always mean bad. I will agree with you on that. But the problem is, with this match, is that come on, who really expected Cena to lose in his first match back? It's John Cena. And they played the old foreign heel shtick, and, commentary did not help here. It was just, we knew what was going to happen. We were like, please just fucking end it already. And it felt like it would never end. Oh boy. That, we would be thanking this, how short this match was compared to the main event. Thankfully, we got a reprieve. We got Mike Kanellis versus Sami Zayn. Maria Kanellis. Of course, the gimmick is that Mike Bennett basically is completely pussy whipped, and Maria has made him his bitch by having him take the last name. If your character is, unless you have a really, really good idea, if your character is that you are completely pussy whipped by your wife, you fucking up. Anyways, here's my, that was my first rant, basically, of John Cena and Rusev. Here's my real second rant of the night, which is Mike Kanellis, or Mike Bennett, whatever they want to call him. Let's get the match out of the way first. The match was okay. It wasn't as good as Nakamura or Corbin or the 5-way match, or even Aiden English and Ty Dillinger on the pre-show. But this match was somewhat boring. It wasn't bad. It just felt like it wasn't going on. Now, granted, the match was only like 7 minutes long, so how much can you really get out of a 7-minute match? But this match was, oh, there we go. I had to move positions. My legs were killing me. But this match was, very, I guess you'd say, anticlimactic. This match didn't really do much for either guy. Sami Zayn won after, God, I don't even fucking remember the finish. I forget. It's not that it was a bad match. It was a forgettable match. That's what it is. It was a forgettable match. Sami Zayn won. I don't care to look up the finish. I do have my ratings, so you can look that up in the description box. You'll know that it wasn't a bad match. But there's a difference between a bad match and a forgettable match. Forgettable means even if it's somewhat good, it's just forgettable. I guess because it was sandwiched between two matches that just sear into your memory so badly. But here's my other complaint. And Maria did get involved at one point, I know, because I believe, remembering on the top of my head, I believe Maria went in the ring, tried to stop Sami Zayn from hitting the, God, for whatever reason, I want to say the Boma knee, even though I know that's the Kinshasa, the, fucking haluva kick. See, man, my hatred of the show is growing so much that I can't even remember the fucking moves of the finishers. Yeah, so bear with me, guys. So we have the haluva kick, right? And, he went for the haluva kick. Maria got in the way. I think Mike tried to roll him up. That didn't work. He went for another haluva kick and got Mike Bennett for the pin. Sami Zayn is your winner. Here is my freaking gripe on this. It really has to do with the character. First of all, I already mentioned the pussy aspect of Mike Kanellis' character. Aside from that, what else is it about I don't like? Well, have you seen Mike Bennett on TV lately? If the answer is no, you should be working WWE. Sadly, you are not, and you can't change anything. It sucks to say. They've done dog shit since Mike Bennett, Mike Kanellis, and Maria came back. Since Mike and Maria came to WWE, they've done dog shit with them. We haven't seen them in what feels like months. In fact, we may have not seen them in months. Since that was about 2 months ago, almost 3. We have not seen them in at least over a month. At least. And, it really shows, like, Mike Bennett, Mike Kanellis, he's actually talented. not amazing. I mean, he's not the next generation of Nakamura or Okada, or even AJ Styles. But he's actually good when given the chance. Well, they gave him one chance in 7 minutes here. And I think since WWE got Mike and Maria, the whole gimmick, the whole duo of Mike and Maria flew over Vince's head. I think, and we didn't hear any stories about why he's in the doghouse, but I think Mike Kanellis, Mike Bennett, whatever you want to call him, I personally like calling him by his actual in-ring name, Mike Bennett. He's in Vince's shit list. Why? I don't know. Remember when Tyler Breeze at one time, and I have to go to Tyler Breeze. Remember when he was on Vince's shit list? Well, let's just say that because Breeze apparently asked to leave a TV taping early. So for asking permission to leave a taping early, he got shit canned for the next year and a half, until the Fandango team came up and then they got the created the Fashion Files, and now Tyler Breeze at the moment is on Easy Street. But I think Mike Bennett and Maria, by extension, are in that same category. It flew over Vince's head, the whole thing, and they've just been treating him like a joke, which is sad because he's actually talented. And he skipped NXT to go here. There's a case where I think Mike Bennett would have been much better if he stayed on it, if he would have went to NXT first. Gallows and Anderson, they made this transition smoothly, even though they've been booked bad. They have at least made the transition smoothly. And they're on TV every week. Not Mike Bennett, which really goes to show you he probably should have gone to NXT first. Before continuing the main event, the Fashion Files showed up. I actually forgot about it for a second. After John Cena and Rusev's match ended, the Fashion Files, it was Fashion X Files. Tyler Breeze was dressed in a red wig. He was talking to Fandango. They got attacked in their room, and Fandango was kidnapped. And I'm like, Fandango was dragged away. I wish I was dragged away from this horrible show. I did not get my wish. And of course they dropped it a few weeks later because I guess they finally reached the conclusion, like, why would we separate these two guys? They're just gold together. Let's keep them together. And it's exactly what they did. So yeah, we have not Mike. So yeah, after that we had the Mike Bennett Sami Zayn match. And now we have the main event. Oh boy. This is in the running for worst main event of the year so far. And still, worst main event of the year. Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, WWE Championship match in a Punjabi prison match. Listen, I'm not a big fan of this gimmick, but I'm like, okay, Great Khali's in it. Maybe they can make it work. Much to my shock, this was actually worse than the ones with Great Khali and Big Show. There's only ever 3 Punjabi prison matches. One was with Undertaker and what was supposed to be Khali, but then Khali got an infection. He couldn't work, so instead they threw in Big Show, who was ECW champion at the time. Which they actually worked what I thought was probably the best of the Punjabi prison matches. I mean, Undertaker and Big Show worked together before and after. And while they've had better matches since then, this review is going to kill me, but I am going to get it done. This fucking match. Big Show and Undertaker, they had a decent match. I'll even admit it. Batista and Khali, I think, is not as bad as some people make it out to be. Is it amazing? No. But Batista, because of the storytelling that Batista was telling, he did a good job of whipping the shit out of Khali. It wasn't that bad. And we have Batista to thank for it. Now, is it comparatively bad to most of the matches? Yeah, probably. But not horrible. Not horrible like this. This wasn't bad. So, it almost went 30 minutes, again, for another Jinder Mahal match. And yeah, this match was shit. Randy Orton came out, Jinder Mahal, WWE Champion. He came out, no Singh brothers. Started the match. The match was started out not exactly fine. It was still kind of bad in the beginning, but at least they were trying. You know, 1 cage door closed, 2 cages, 3 cages. And here's the rules of Punjabi prison. Basically you have to get out one of each, either over the top of the first bamboo cage or through a door. If all 4 of those doors closes when you said you know that you want it open, after which is 60 seconds, you have to go over the bamboo cage. And the point of it is basically get all the way out of the Punjabi prison. There's actually too many rules. I'll give them effort for trying something at least new or different, but there's too many rules to this match, and it didn't work. Anyway, so 1 cage door closes, 2 cages, 3 cages. Then we go to the last one. Randy Orton signals it to be open, but then he sees Jinder Mahal stirring. So of course he goes for the RKO. After a little bit of a back and forth, he hits the RKO, but then the Singh brothers emerge from under the ring and point out that there's only like 11 seconds on the clock. They pull Jinder out as fast as they can. Randy Orton tries his best to get out of the door, but you know the door closes on him, so he has to climb over the first bamboo cage while the Singhs try to get Jinder up and on his feet and get up the second bamboo cage, which he is doing. Randy Orton climbs, and I gotta admit, Randy Orton has some long legs. And so instead of like jumping like what Batista did in 2007 with Great Khali, he just kind of put one leg over on one side of on the other side of the bamboo cage and kind of just did like a long step. That to me was actually kind of cool. I'm like, dang, this guy's actually pretty long in terms of his legs. He actually had to climb down in order to fight Jinder Mahal. I don't even think even Randy figured that he would be able to do that, and I guess he did. Anyway, he came down to fight Jinder, and this is where the most boring part of the match took place, where the match officially died a death. Randy Orton versus Jinder and the Singhs. This match was, I don't even want to go into graphic detail, this match just was fucking boring. It was even more boring than Rusev and Cena. At least they had a couple of good spots and had a mildly less shittier gimmick to work with. I mean, Jinder Mahal pulled out a couple of kendo sticks, I guess, to fit with the whole bamboo theme. Randy Orton said, fuck you, and pulled out a steel chair and attached Jinder, and I think one of the Singhs with it. Spot of the match. I will say this spot was great. Was when one of the Singhs was small enough. It was so small that he could actually fit through one of the holes of the Punjabi prison. Went to the outside to try to stop Randy Orton from digging up and over the bamboo cage. And then they timed it. Randy Orton timed it too. He punched I think it was Sami, one of the Singhs. I don't even want to, you know, dignify the names at the moment. That's how bad this is. That hurt. Anyways, Randy Orton punched one of the Singhs once and twice, and he timed this perfectly too. Pointed the crowd loved it. One of the Singhs was like swaying, like trying his best not to let go. After a third hard punch, one of the Singhs went flying down onto the ring and onto the announce table. They were on the other side of the Punjabi prison, by the way. Anyway, yeah, that spot was great, and it was sick, but it was great. And I'm happy to say that is one of the only 2 bright spots of this match. The other bright spot being that the weapons were introduced and Orton was beating the shit out of the Singhs. This match, by the way, it didn't get a dub from me because of those couple of things. It gets 1.5 stars. Not a star and a half. 1/2 a star. I don't even dignify it. I'm not even going to dignify it. Anyway, so Randy Orton eventually has them all, down. He's about to climb the cage, and we hear Jinder Mahal's music, and I'm like, oh, please God, no. Randy Orton, and we looked at the stage. Great Khali. The Great Khali came out. Randy Orton had a look of horror on his face. I had a look of horror of my face. Because we probably thought, oh my gosh, the Great Khali, why did they bring him back? Orton tried to climb over. Great Khali, say what you will about him, the guy's strong. He shook the cage so hard that it got Orton to, of course Orton was being careful, but it got Orton to fall off of the inside of the outer cage. Then he actually climbed up one of the bamboo trenches where he's supposed to climb, and grabbed Orton by the throat and basically choked him. Jinder Mahal got up, climbed up over the outer cage, got outside, and won the match. Still your WWE Champion, Jinder Mahal. And you know what's perfect about this? The fact that for a moment there, Jinder Mahal, when he was celebrating with Khali was holding the WWE Championship, not Jinder. He did give it back to Jinder, and it was on Jinder's shoulder, but Khali had the title. So, yeah, that was shit. Match was fucking dog shit. I would rather eat the cactus coming out of Squidward's asshole. It was that bad. Like, I would almost want to do that and rather watch this, but it was close. Really close. So, this match sucked. This show sucked. Those last 2-3 matches are really what drove the nail home for a shitty pay-per-view, especially because of how long they were. Those matches together were almost 15 minutes long. Just Cena and Rusev and Orton and Jinder. Not even including Mike and Maria. So yes, highlights of the show. Usos in the New Day, the Faction Files, X-Files segment, and maybe, depending on who you are, AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Aside from that, just avoid the show at all costs. So, next time I will see you with my SummerSlam, my Great Balls of, not even SummerSlam, my Great Balls of Fire review. I think Great Balls of Fire may have actually gone first. I don't give a shit. I needed to get this show out of the way. So, fuck that. And see you guys later with Great Balls of Fire. And, yeah, I'm sorry. The show just beat it out of me. So, toodles.